Sleep is important to mood. I value sleep so much. I kind of suck. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, and if you're not new here, I'm Kelsey. It's great to see you. I've spoken before about how sensitive circadian rhythms can be, especially given that I put so much into my routines because my circadian rhythm can get really disrupted really easily. For those who are not 100% sure what a circadian rhythm is, it's kind of like your body's kind of natural flow throughout the day over your typical 24-hour period. And I've been doing a lot of looking into how sleep chronotypes influence your circadian rhythm and vice versa. Sleep is important to mood and can really disrupt work, energy, all of those kinds of things that you need to do throughout the day. I took a quiz a few months ago to kind of see what my sleep chronotype would be. Now, like personality tests, I don't think that these are 100% accurate. I don't think that people can be slotted into little boxes in a neat categorized way. But I do think that quizzes like this can kind of tell you a little bit about yourself, and so take them with a grain of salt. So there are 4 chronotypes. There is the lion, which is the early bird. There's the bear, who kind of follows the sun. There is a wolf, who is the night owl. And then there's the dolphin, which is the least common chronotype, and it includes people with really fragmented sleep patterns. Raise your hand if you're a dolphin. There aren't any solid links between sleep chronotype and mood, and I've looked. Dolphins do tend to fall into kind of the more anxious side of the spectrum, which so tracks for me. I take medication to knock me out, and if I didn't take it, I'd have a very restless sleep. So I'm a sensitive sleeper. So my night routine is super important to me, and I have a lot of bad habits because I don't rely only on melatonin or the sleep hormone to sleep naturally. When you're not getting enough sleep, your brain works slower, you're lethargic, and you're less creative, and your problem solving faculties kind of slow down. And sleep is just restorative. Your builds up your muscles, it helps your immune system and your muscular system and your skeletal system, your bones. So sleep is not the enemy of productivity. Sleep is so important. As I get older, as I get into my life, I value sleep probably over most anything else. So I try to kind of create this oasis and this little luxury. I live in a studio apartment. It makes it difficult to separate my workspace, my living space, my sleep space. They all kind of just bleed into each other. And in a perfect world, the apartment would be clean and decluttered and serene all the time, but I live here, so it's not. So I do try to carve out a little space around my bed to kind of be my little slice of heaven, if you will. I have a diffuser that I just use as a humidifier. I have my water bottle, hair clips, my little bedside table full of everything I could ever need, carefully organized, my Kindle, my physical book, whatever I'm in the mood for. And I use good linens all the time, like it's a special occasion. Quality sheets are my favorite thing ever. I will change out my pillowcases all the time, just because face, hair, oils. And I read you should change out your pillows every 2 years like clockwork, which I have not done, but plan to because I love pillows. Soft sheets and cozy PJs are always underestimated in sleep, and will never skimp on them. And I will admit that how my bed looks, cozy, inviting, chill, it matters just as much. I have seen a science that will back this up, so I don't feel so bad about it. Your sleep chronotype is driven by your circadian rhythm, and melatonin is the sleep hormone that regulates it, tied into your internal body clock. Melatonin is related to light exposure. When the sun is up, you're alert and your body isn't producing melatonin, and when the sun goes down, your body starts to produce melatonin. At least it's supposed to. Now we have phones and screens, and blue light can disrupt melatonin production. So there is actual science saying that you should put your phone away 60 minutes before bed. Best of luck to all of us, because that's so hard to do. And it just kind of goes to show how even the slightest amount of light can really disrupt and suppress melatonin production to the point where you will have a bad sleep. I also try to like kind of a standard sleep and wake time. Sleep debt is real. There is the concept where you try and catch up on sleep. It is best for your body to pick a time to go to sleep and wind down and wake up and kind of stay within that 30-minute window of those times and keep your body in this rhythm so that it can help level out your circadian rhythm. Arguably, there has been arguments made that being a morning person is ideal. I disagree. I don't think everyone's going to be a morning person. I don't think it's fair. I don't think everybody's a morning person. Everyone has kind of like a different biological prime time. Keeping within a certain wake up period is healthy. That's why they say that shift workers or people who work nights are like more disrupted in their sleep. Apparently the magic window of sleep is between like 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. because that's when like melatonin is at its like most like ramps up. But the rules, oh my gosh, rules around caffeine. I'm so bad with this because caffeine has a half-life of 8 hours. So if you drink coffee at like 4 p.m., 8 hours, it's like still half in your system. I try my hardest to have my last cup of coffee be at noon, but I kind of suck. And even decaf has caffeine in it. I'm sorry, it does. I need to set like an unbreakable caffeine curfew. I'm not a drinker, so I don't ever have to like worry about drinking alcohol, but apparently it does also disrupt your REM cycle. It makes it easier to fall asleep, but staying asleep is more difficult and you don't have like a deep sleep. I've started to work out every day, or at least like stretch, move my body, blah blah blah. I do think it has like a difference in how I sleep. I also have started to use like this magnesium gel. One, it's really good for like muscle pain or tenderness and whatever, but also it's like good for sleep. And apparently like taking an oral supplement is not as ideal because the magnesium gets lost in digestion, whereas if you're using like a cream or gel or something, then your skin absorbs it more easily. And I'm somebody whose like internal monologue gets the loudest as I'm trying to sleep. So like, oh my gosh, having little relaxation techniques like this to kind of settle myself down is the most important bedtime routine that like I have at all. Having a sleep sanctuary has been proven scientifically, to be really effective. Keeping good air quality, plants or like air filters ideal because they oxidize mold and pollen and allergens and gross stuff, and the air can become stale. So plants in particular are good at reionizing the air, I guess, and creating more oxygen in the air, which makes for better air. I suck so hard at keeping plants alive. It's really bad, but apparently snake plants are really resilient and are really good air purifiers, so I think that I'm going to have to get a snake plant to kind of add some greenery to my space and make things feel a little bit more natural. I also have like a hard and fast rule about not working in bed anymore. I used to be really bad at keeping that separate, especially when I was like freelancing full time, but keeping my space free of work has kind of kept the relaxation aspect. Mentally, I'm able to separate my work from my relaxation time. The cortisol from stress can make you not want to sleep. So if you're working in bed and you kind of build this mental association between your bed and work, you're not going to sleep very well because work can keep you up. I'm never going to be like a 5 a.m. wake up early. It's just not going to happen unless it's by total accident. I'm like a 7:30 to 8:30 kind of person, and that's fine with me, except this is who I am as a person. If you want to become a morning person though, allegedly the best way to do it is not to just like start setting your alarm for 5 a.m. and like hope for the best. You should like incrementally turn your alarm back like 15 minutes every day, half an hour every day to get to the point you want to be at, and it's not so jarring for your circadian rhythm or your sleep-wake cycle. I'll take their word for it. I'm not gonna try it. Now that I have to like be places and have commitments and have to be like a leveled out person, human who like functions, having a sleep schedule and a little sleep routine, some little pampering habits in my nighttime of wind down, that has been totally game changing, and I recommend a million times over. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what are your favorite sleep routines? I'm always looking for like nice little pampering things to add at the end of my day. So let me know and leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.